Imagine being stuck in one of the coldest places on Earth with no way to call for help. That's what happened to Ernest Shackleton and his team in 1915. They were trying to cross Antarctica, but their ship got trapped in ice and sank. Shackleton had to figure out how to keep 27 men alive and get them home safely. This story shows why Shackleton was such an amazing leader. Shackleton knew that the biggest danger wasn't just the cold or lack of food. It was how the men felt. If they got too sad or angry, they might give up hope. So, Shackleton watched his men very carefully. He looked at how they acted, how they spoke, and even how they ate their food. He wanted to know if anyone was feeling down or upset. Every morning, Shackleton would wake up early and make hot tea for everyone. He'd chat with the men and try to keep things cheerful. Even when he was worried, he didn't show it. He knew that if he looked confident, it would help the others feel better too. Shackleton was smart about how he talked to each person. He knew that everyone is different. With some men, he'd talk about science. With others, he'd talk about poetry or music. He tried to make each person feel important and understood. To keep everyone busy and stop them from getting bored, Shackleton came up with lots of activities. They had sports competitions on the ice and fun nights with music and storytelling. He made sure they celebrated every holiday and birthday. This helped the men feel like a team and not forget about normal life. Sometimes, Shackleton noticed that someone was having a hard time. Maybe they were eating slowly or not talking much. Instead of pointing it out and making them feel bad, Shackleton would find a way to help without them noticing. For example, he might change their job to something easier, but still important. Shackleton was also good at dealing with difficult people. He knew that just one grumpy person could make everyone feel bad. So, he kept the trickiest people close to him where he could watch them and make them feel special. When it was time to sail to a place where they could get help, Shackleton had to pick just a few men to go with him. He chose carefully, thinking about not just who was strong, but who would get along well on a tough trip. Throughout all of this, Shackleton worked alongside his men. He didn't act like he was better than them. He stayed calm most of the time, but he was human too. Once, when they were almost at their destination, Shackleton got frustrated and yelled at a bird. But he quickly realized his mistake and made a joke about it. He knew that staying positive was crucial. The amazing thing is that Shackleton managed to save every single one of his men. Not one person died, even though they faced terrible dangers. This was because Shackleton was so good at understanding how people feel and keeping their spirits up. We can learn a lot from Shackleton, even if we're not stuck in Antarctica. His story teaches us that being a good leader means really paying attention to the people around you. It's about noticing when someone is having a bad day and finding ways to help them feel better. It's about creating a feeling that everyone is in it together, no matter how tough things get. Shackleton showed that when times are hard, how we treat each other matters just as much as having food and shelter. By being kind, staying positive, and really understanding his men, Shackleton turned a disaster into one of the greatest survival stories ever. So, next time you're in charge of a group, maybe at work or in a school project, remember Shackleton. Look at how people are feeling, not just what they're doing. Try to keep everyone's spirits up. Be the calm in the storm. If you can do that, you might be surprised at what your team can achieve, even when things look really tough. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If something resonated with you, share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be valuable to others. Now, a quick reminder. Make it a habit to learn something beneficial every day. The content you consume is like food for your brain, so be intentional about it. Otherwise, the algorithm might start influencing your thoughts. Reflect on that. We're always accepting your contributions through subscriptions to our channel. Your support will help us with upcoming projects and ensure we continue delivering top-notch content. Join us by subscribing today.